You've been sensing a shift, something beneath the surface, quietly trembling in the heart of your days. The angels say, this is not your imagination. This love, this stirring within another's soul, it didn't arise from logic, or time, or shared routines. It was born from recognition. Your presence has awakened a dormant part of them, a sacred awareness that defies all their efforts to rationalize or escape. You didn't chase them, yet they feel pursued, by a light that found them when they weren't even searching. The angels reveal this to me: your soul was chosen. Not randomly, not conveniently, but divinely. You were placed in this person's life like a key that fits a long-forgotten lock. You possess something that mirrors what they've buried, something both familiar and terrifying. Your essence jolts them into remembering who they truly are. This is not just attraction. This is a soul's alarm clock. They sensed you and something cracked open. A fragile breath inside whispered, there she is. And now, they don't know how to handle that truth. The angels whisper, you didn't need to do anything to be unforgettable. Just by being, you rearranged the stars in someone's sky. Hearts don't lie, but minds resist. And that's where he stands now, caught between feeling everything and understanding nothing. But his spirit knows. Even if he's silent, even if he's distant, even if he pretends to forget, your name echoes through him in quiet moments, in the soft ache of the night, in the places he tries to distract himself. There you are, still, because you, dear soul, were sent to remind him of the love he thought was impossible. And here's the holy truth. Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you, and before you were born, I set you apart. Jeremiah 1 verse 5. Your presence on his path is not only sacred, it was seen, written, and blessed. There's a weight inside him that you're not meant to bear, but you've sensed it, haven't you? Not because he handed it to you, but because your spirit is attuned to the silent wounds of those you care for. And the angels want you to know, the distance you sometimes feel, the withdrawal, the pause, it's not about you. It's about the pain he's never dared to name. He's spent so long erecting walls that he mistook them for safety. Those barriers weren't meant to block love. They were built from a need to survive, for moments long before you, moments that taught him that being vulnerable means risking danger. He loves defensively. He desires cautiously. He approaches silently. And yet, you've touched something deep within him. The angels say, he's terrified of what he feels, because no one ever taught him how to be held without being hurt. Every time you show kindness, he wonders if it's genuine. Every time you are patient, he braces for the storm. Because in his past, love was sharp. It came with rules, expectations, and withdrawal. So he grew thorns where there should be petals. And yet, you entered his life like a peaceful dawn. No demands. No games. Just light. And it blinded him. He tries to carry on as before, but everything is different now. Because now, he knows what peace feels like. And peace, to someone who's only known chaos, can feel like fear. So if you've noticed him pulling away, don't interpret it as rejection. The angels reveal, he's not stepping back because he doesn't care. He's stepping back because he cares too much, and doesn't know how to handle it. This is a man at war with his past and his longing. He dreams of letting you in, but his fear is loud, and love this real is even louder. Let your soul rest in this truth. The distance isn't really distance. It's a heart learning how to trust what doesn't cause pain. Let the walls express themselves. And let heaven respond with gentleness. There comes a moment in every sacred connection where love turns its gaze inward. The angels are gently holding your heart right now, whispering, "You are not here to heal someone by forgetting yourself." And perhaps you needed to hear that again. Not because you've lost yourself, but because love like this, magnetic, mysterious, divine, can make you feel responsible for another soul's awakening. And the angels say, you are the spark, not the flame that burns for them. Your light was never meant to be dimmed to fit into someone else's shadows. He is on his own path, unraveling knots he tied long before your eyes ever met. You cannot walk that labyrinth for him. But you can honor yourself, your peace, your softness, your own unfolding. You can remember that your essence is not a remedy, it is a revelation. And anyone blessed enough to stand in your presence must rise to meet it, not pull you downward into their storm. The angels say, your energy is a temple. Not everyone knows how to pray there, but that doesn't mean it's not sacred. This connection is real. But so is your need to feel safe, whole, cherished. So take time to return to yourself. Tend to the parts of you that grew tired waiting for answers. Nurture the woman who held space for two while wondering if she was ever seen. Your love is not a performance. It is a presence. And it deserves to be met, not just admired from a distance. Let silence be your ally. Let solitude cleanse you. Let joy become something you claim, not just something you hope for. And when he finally begins to show up not out of need, but out of knowing, you will be there, not because you waited, but because you stayed close to your soul. The angels ask, can you be as loyal to your own light as you've been to his process? This is where your power returns, not in giving more, but in remembering you were always whole. There is a kind of truth that doesn't come in words, it comes in reflection. When he looks at you, he doesn't just see beauty or grace. He sees everything he hasn't yet faced within himself. And this, dear soul, is why it hurts. The angels say, you are not just a woman to him. You are a mirror. And in your presence, his soul cannot lie. Your courage exposes his fear. Your tenderness uncovers his numbness. Your light? It makes his shadows tremble. He wasn't prepared for someone like you, someone who didn't need to fix him, just see him. And that kind of seeing without condition or control can feel like love, or like danger, depending on how long one has lived behind a mask. You didn't try to change him, but your presence stirred something ancient inside him, a memory of who he was before the wounds, before the armor. And now he stands at a threshold. Does he walk through and confront what he's hidden? Or does he turn away from the reflection, hoping to forget what he saw? The angels reveal, he's beginning to realize that the discomfort he feels near you is not rejection, it's revelation. He blames the intensity, the timing, the distance. But the truth is, nothing external has ever stopped him. What holds him back is the fear of becoming the man you already see inside him. You don't make him feel small. You make him see how much bigger his life could be. But growth is painful. Transformation never happens in comfort. You are not the cause of his turmoil. You are the invitation to his truth. And the deeper he falls for you, the harder it becomes to hide. So if he runs, understand, it's not from you. It's from the version of himself that fears he isn't ready, even though in your eyes he already is. The angels say, you've become his mirror. And now, every step he takes away from you brings him closer to facing himself. There is a stillness in the soul before it opens. A quiet pull. A trembling in the unseen. And now, he is beginning to awaken. Not because he planned to. Not because he decided it was time. But because love, true love, has a way of calling what is asleep into the light. And you, without knowing it, have become that call. The angels say, something inside him has shifted. He doesn't understand it, but he feels it everywhere. The things that once comforted him now feel hollow. The people he once leaned on now feel distant. The distractions don't numb like they used to. And your memory, your essence, has become an echo he cannot silence. This is how awakening begins, not with clarity, but with restlessness. He replays your laughter in his mind and doesn't know why it makes him ache. He sees your name, and his chest tightens. And he can't explain why silence feels louder when you're not around. He's not ready to say it out loud, but his soul already knows, you are not like the others. The love you gave was never loud, it was sacred. It asked for nothing, but offered everything. And now, in the spaces where he tried to forget, he finds you. The angels reveal, your energy is woven into his becoming. You are part of the story he's trying to rewrite. And though he may still seem distant, he's watching. Not with judgment, but with reverence. Trying to understand how someone like you walked in with so much gentleness and left behind so much change. You didn't need to explain your worth. He felt it. And now his spirit is learning what his mind resisted. That love isn't always safe, but it is always sacred. This awakening won't be immediate. It won't be loud. But it is happening. One quiet thought at a time. One soft heartbeat. One remembrance of you. The angels say, he's not waking up to pursue you. He's waking up because of you. And nothing will ever be the same again. It's the pattern that haunts you, isn't it? The closeness, then the silence. The warmth, then the cold. The moments where he feels so near you could breathe him in, only to vanish like mist in the morning. And you wonder, is it something I did? But the angels speak clearly now, no, beloved. You didn't cause the storm. You are simply the one he runs to, and from. Because this kind of love doesn't follow logic. It stirs the deepest fears. It demands the masks fall off, the wounds surface, the truths emerge. And for someone who has lived hiding in control, that is terrifying. He returns to you not for comfort, but for truth. And when it gets too real, too raw, too possible, he leaves. Not to punish you, but to escape the intensity of what he is feeling, and can no longer deny. The angels whisper, he's not confused about you. He's afraid of who he becomes when he's near you, real, vulnerable, seen. You represent what he's secretly always longed for, and what he spent his whole life believing he could never hold without losing himself. So this cycle repeats. And each return feels closer. Each distance feels deeper. Because with every turn, his soul is being reshaped. And yours too. But the angels want you to know, this is not a loop of punishment. It's a spiral of awakening. You are not standing still. Even when it feels like déjà vu, you are rising, each encounter carving more clarity, each silence birthing more strength. This connection is not broken. It is becoming. And as much as he resists, he is changing. Each time he walks away, he carries a little more of your light. Each time he returns, he brings a little less of his fear. So let go of the urge to make sense of his rhythm. His healing isn't linear. His journey is jagged. And your role is not to map it, but to walk your own path, with grace, with boundaries, with a quiet knowing that love never truly leaves what it's destined to find again. The angels say, he's not done. He's just not ready, yet. Not all healing begins in hospitals or temples. Some begin with presence. And your love, yes, your love, has been the medicine he never knew he needed. He may never find the words for it. But the angels do. They whisper, "She made space for you even when you didn't show up. She remained soft even when you offered sharp edges. And through her silence, she taught you what peace feels like." You didn't heal him by trying. You healed him by simply being. You showed him that love doesn't need to be earned, that it doesn't threaten or beg, that it just is, constant, quiet, sovereign. And for a man molded by performance, who's been loved for his roles more than his essence, that kind of love feels unreal, almost dangerous. So he tests it, pushes against it, pulls away to see if it breaks. But it doesn't. Because you don't love from ego. You love from the depths, the part of you that recalls love from lifetimes past, from spirit before skin. He may not say thank you, but his soul bows every time you offer kindness without conditions. Every time you don't try to fix him, yet love him anyway. The angels say, your energy softened what years of pain had hardened. You are the balm over bruises he never acknowledged. Even now, in his silence, your love lingers on him like a scent he can't wash off. It's in his breath. It's in his dreams. And maybe he's still not ready to meet you at that same depth. Maybe he's still figuring out how to allow love to feel safe. But something inside him is quietly shifting. The pain doesn't ache the same anymore. Because of you. And when he finally stands fully in front of you, unguarded, unhidden, it will be your love he remembers. The kind that didn't rescue, but revealed. The angels say, you didn't come to cure him. You came to awaken what heals within. Nothing that's happened has been mere coincidence. Not the timing. Not the silence. Not even the pain. The angels speak now, softly but surely, you are being guided. He is being guided. And even the detours are part of the design. There have been moments when you questioned everything. Why he came, why he pulled back, why your heart keeps choosing what your mind cannot justify. But the divine says, this is not random. It is sacred choreography. Every step you've taken, even amidst confusion, has brought you closer to what cannot be hurried. He is in a different season than you. One of shedding, learning, and wrestling. But your presence was the catalyst. The beacon his soul had long prayed for without knowing how to ask. The angels reveal, there is a timing to your connection that exists beyond the clock. A spiritual rhythm. A divine orchestration. And it is unfolding. There are things he needs to release, ideas of love rooted in performance, fears of abandonment, and shame buried so deep he forgot where it started. And there are things you are remembering, your worth, your radiance, your right to be chosen without begging. He cannot meet you as a whole until he remembers who he is without his masks. But he's coming closer. Not by force, but by grace. You may not see it with your eyes yet, but heaven is already preparing the path. Moving the unseen. Softening the resistance. Aligning the moments. And though the wait can feel endless, the angels want you to trust. This is not stagnation. This is alignment. And so I leave you for now, with this seal of heaven's timing. For the vision is yet for an appointed time. Though it may linger, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not delay. Habakkuk 2 verse 3. The love you carry is not late. It is arriving exactly when both hearts are ready to embrace it fully. There is a part of him you've never fully seen. Not because you weren't allowed, but because he's never dared to open that door. The angels whisper, he longs to be known, and fears it more than anything. This is the tension he lives in. He watches you with reverence, not because you're perfect, but because you make him feel safe. And safety, for someone who's only known conditional love, feels unfamiliar, even dangerous. He wants to tell you everything. The thoughts he hides, the wounds he carries, the fear that love like yours might break him before it saves him. But every time he steps closer to that edge, something tightens in his chest. What if you see too much? What if you leave once you know the whole truth? So instead, he keeps it all inside. He offers glimpses, never full confessions. But the angels say, even the fragments he shows you are sacred offerings from a heart that is learning to trust. This isn't cowardice, it's protection. The kind a boy learns when softness is punished, when emotions are weaponized. And now in front of you, that same boy is trying to grow into a man who can love without armor. He stumbles. He shuts down. He disappears. But it's not rejection, it's retreat. The angels want you to see this. You didn't ask him to open up, but your love keeps inviting him to. Quietly, consistently, without pressure. And that invitation is working. Slowly, he's loosening his grip on the narrative that vulnerability equals weakness. Slowly, he's starting to believe that maybe, just maybe, someone can hold all of him and not run. That someone is you. But you cannot force the door open. You can only stand in front of it, as you have, with presence and patience. And one day, when the silence becomes heavier than the fear, he will speak. And when he does, it won't be polished. It won't be perfect. But it will be real. And that will be the beginning of everything. You've waited. Not in silence, but in surrender. And now the angels speak with the final breath of this revelation. What is truly yours cannot be lost. Only delayed. There is a softness in you that was never weakness. It was faith wearing skin. You did not chase. You did not demand. You simply stood there, wide open, even when it hurt. And because of that, heaven shifted. This love, the one that stirred you, tested you, emptied you out and filled you up again, is not a mistake. It was chosen. It was written. And whether it turns into a shared life or a profound lesson, it has already fulfilled something divine within you. The angels want you to know, you did not love in vain. Every tear you shed was noticed. Every prayer you whispered was heard. Every ounce of hope you held on to, even when it felt foolish, was sacred. There is peace now, rising from within. Not because you have all the answers, but because you are no longer fighting what is. This is acceptance. Not of loss, but of divine unfolding. Not of giving up, but of letting go of the illusion of control. He may come, changed, ready, whole. Or he may stay on his path, growing in the distance. But you are free. Because your love was never a transaction. It was a transmission. And it will echo through his soul, whether he holds your hand in this lifetime or the next. The angels whisper this final truth. What is aligned with your soul will always return, not as a test, but as a truth. So breathe. Let your heart rest. The story is still sacred, even if the ending is unknown. And the love you gave? It was enough.